Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a brand new edition of Friday Night SmackDown, and we are live from a brand new setup, but we are on the exact same road, and that road is to WrestleMania. But before we can get to WrestleMania, our road runs through the Royal Rumble, and we are just 2 weeks away. And what a way to kick off this brand new edition of SmackDown than with the GOAT himself. John Cena, a man that has never switched up, has graced SmackDown with his presence once more. And of course, last time we saw Cena on SmackDown, he beat Johnny Gargano in the main event. Of course, that was the show in Belfast, Northern Ireland. But what does John Cena have on his mind? I guess we're about to find out. Oh, wait a second. John Cena said he could hang with the best that this business has to offer. Well, Mr. Cena, may I introduce you to Drew Bloody McIntyre. Of course, McIntyre coming off of a successful defense of the World Heavyweight Championship this past week at Clash at the Castle, knocking off the Celtic Warrior Sheamus. And it looks like that issue has been put in the rear view mirror. And it seems like Drew McIntyre might have just answered the challenge of the GOAT. Well, it sounds like we got ourselves a title match set for the Royal Rumble. And oh, wait a second. Sheamus. Well, I thought this issue was buried at Clash at the Castle, but clearly Sheamus not over his loss to Drew McIntyre. Now McIntyre with the white noise. Apparently this issue seems to be far from over between these two. And McIntyre looking for a Claymore, and Sheamus moving out of the way, and Cena taking the brunt of it. I don't think McIntyre intended to do that. And a bro kick by Sheamus. An unintentional Claymore to John Cena as Sheamus lays out Drew McIntyre. Well, it was announced earlier this year that the next 2 WrestleManias will be held internationally. Of course, next year's WrestleMania will be held in Tokyo, Japan. And this year's Mania will be held in Wembley Stadium in London, England. As right now, our women's champion Bayley is set to go one-on-one with the heavy for Liv Morgan and Shayna Baszler. Of course, this has been an ongoing issue between these two for the last couple of weeks. Bayley has been on the receiving end of numerous attacks by the hands of either Shayna Baszler or last week being jumped backstage by Liv Morgan. And Dominic Mysterio has been at the center front of it all. All because Liv Morgan cannot take her eyes off of the man with the mustache. You think he puts extra slime in that thing? Anyhow, here comes Shayna Baszler. This is Shayna Baszler's first match ever here in Universe Mode, and she seems to be taking the heavy role, the muscle of the dissension, as she has taken the side, seemingly, of Liv Morgan, and she is looking to pick apart Bayley. Let's not make any jokes here. Shayna Baszler is a legitimate badass, and she knows how to fight for real, and she will mess you up. And same goes for Bayley. Bayley might be the women's champion, but make no mistake about it, Shayna Baszler is a scary opponent even for the women's champion. These two lock up in the center of the ring. Bayley has been trying to keep this whole situation between Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio under control. But it seems like anytime she takes her eyes off Liv Morgan, she is trying to make some sort of move on that boy Dom. And it is becoming increasingly more and more uncomfortable throughout the progressing weeks. But here's the thing, and I know I'm supposed to be unbiased. I'm not supposed to make any assumptions about anything. I'm supposed to just call it down the middle as I see it. But if I can make just one assumption really quick, if I didn't know any better, I think there is a small part of Dominic Mysterio that enjoys the attention. I genuinely believe that. Because he does not try to stop her. If you have ever noticed it, oh, wait a second, wait. Liv Morgan trying to cause a distraction, and that just paid off as Shayna Baszler taking full advantage of the distraction from Liv Morgan. And now Bayley being sent off the ropes, and oh man, being sat down right on her backside. And now Baszler, using that UFC background, going to town on the women's champion. And Baszler now in full control of this match. Look at this, just deadlifting Bayley, a grown-ass woman. And now, wait a second. Baszler, not done here, holding on to the belly. And she holds on to another gut-wrench suplex, a deadlift gut-wrench suplex. And Dominic better be careful. Trying to get into the presence of Shayna Baszler. Liv Morgan might have goo-goo eyes for Dominic Mysterio, but let's not make any mistake about Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler, she might tear the mustache right off that boy. It might be pretty entertaining to watch, I'm not going to lie. As Baszler, being sent right into the corner, eats a knee for her troubles. As Bayley, looking to take some momentum back in this match here. Stomping out Baszler. And Bayley has not taken her eyes off of Liv Morgan, who seems to be looking right at Dominic Mysterio, who's on the other side of the ring. And meanwhile, Bayley and Baszler going back and forth, blow for blow. And oh, look at Baszler. Baszler telling her to bring it. She is challenging the women's champion here, and these two are going back and forth with quick strikes left and right. And Bayley matching up with Baszler perfectly right now. And now Bayley with a clubbing blow right to the back. And now rings down Baszler. Now look at Bayley going up to the top, the women's champion, with a body splash right across the rib cage of the cage fighter. And is it enough to put away Baszler? No. Baszler's still in this thing. And now, oh man. The ankle of Baszler catching Bayley right on the cheekbone there. Now Bayley still very much in this thing. And now Bayley counters. What a clothesline. Takes Baszler off her feet and meets her with a knee drop. Now look at Dominic Mysterio trying to cut corners here for his woman, or at least I think she's still his woman. And meanwhile, Liv Morgan still trying to catch Bayley off guard, and oh, chop block, taking out the surgically repaired knee of Bayley. Baszler will fight dirty, and she has proven it right now. Look at this, just kicking Bayley right in the head. That's twice now. That is twice that Liv Morgan has gotten involved in this match, and both times it has succeeded. But Bayley, not one to be denied, gets Baszler out of the ring. Now wait a second. With Dom watching, hangs up Baszler over the second rope. And now Liv Morgan once again back up on the apron, and she is becoming a problem. And the fact that Bayley hasn't done anything about it is honestly quite shocking. This is starting to get ridiculous now. But you have Dominic Mysterio out there almost trying to play peacekeeper here, it looks like. And he might regret... Uh-oh. It's not looking too good here. And Liv Morgan. You see, this is what I'm talking about. Dom is not trying to stop her in any way. And now here comes Bayley. Bayley has finally had enough, and into the table goes Liv Morgan. Bayley has finally snapped. And you would think, oh my God, Jesus. A clothesline right over the barricade. That was brutal. And now this time it's Bayley that gets sent into the announce table here. And the referee's at a count of 6. 7. This one might end in a double count out here. Baszler getting sent back into the ring. Now look at Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan's in the ring. But that might not be enough to stop Bayley as she hits the Macho Man elbow. And you would think by now at this point, Liv Morgan would get it. She would finally understand after taking a beating at Clash at the Castle at the hands of Bayley. And now tonight. And now, oh, look out. Liv Morgan getting laid out once again. But that might have been an impulsive decision on the part of Bayley, because now Shayna Baszler looking to reap the repercussions of that impulsive decision from Bayley. And oh my God. Bayley just got folded like an accordion. Charles, you might want to go in there and check on her. She might have a broken back. She might have a broken neck. That was a rough landing for Bayley there. She is going to be feeling that one tomorrow. Regardless, she is going to be waking up with a super stiff neck in the morning. That is for damn sure. And a DDT connects for Bayley. I don't even know how she's walking right now after that. After a DDT, a Rose Plant to Shayna Baszler. And is it enough to put away Shayna Baszler? And it is. Bayley, the women's champion, picking up a much-needed victory. sticking it into Liv Morgan in the dissension just a little bit. And now, wait a second. Liv Morgan not done. Not taking that attack on the outside lightly. Attacking Bayley from behind, and now look at this. Dom trying to play Peacemaker once again. This time it actually works. Well, it looks like Shawn Michaels is already on top of things, taking care of how things started at the beginning of the show. Yeah! The megastar is in the building. And with the Royal Rumble coming up, LA Knight will unfortunately be entering at a lower spot due to the fact that Team SmackDown was on the losing end of things inside of War Games. So LA Knight's chances come the Royal Rumble are not exactly the greatest. Yeah. But that has not stopped him from making a name for himself here on SmackDown. And he is looking to prove to everyone why he should be considered a threat come the Royal Rumble.
Awesome! I came to play. There's a price to pay. Time for you to get down on your knees.
And speaking of proving yourself, lately The Miz has been on a mission to prove to everyone that he is just as good as he says he is. But he has received loss after loss after loss. And one of those losses was to LA Knight a few months ago. But now, he is looking to possibly get himself back on track with a win over LA Knight here tonight. Well, if anyone can do it, is the former two-time WWE champion in The Miz. Now, LA Knight, very much on the rise here on SmackDown. And he is looking to put The Miz in his place. But Miz starting off this match on the offensive front, putting down LA Knight early. Now after that, we're going into a collar elbow tie-up, which is admittedly very strange. But nonetheless, Miz getting the best of LA Knight early on in this match, backing him up into a corner. But LA Knight not letting that happen for very long. Air raid crash for the megastar as he drops the knee right across the forehead of The Miz. Now Knight setting him up here with a knee and a clothesline combination. LA Knight trying to take firm control of this match, waiting for Miz to get back up to his feet and meets him with an axe handle. LA Knight taking firm control of this match now. No, wait a second. As I say that, Miz creating separation, couple shots to the gut. Bounces LA Knight off the ropes. And a leapfrog there. You don't see that often from The Miz. And a neck breaker there. I thought he was maybe going to go for a cover there. But look at Miz. That is a sign of just pure frustration. Raining down several right hands across the forehead. And now just several kicks to the face. The Miz has been frustrated with where he has been lately. And now look at this. Holy hell. The Miz with a springboard off the top rope. Yes, you heard me right. And a kick out at 2. Yes, you heard me right. The Miz with a springboard off the top rope takes out LA Knight and now drops LA Knight with a clothesline. Miz is looking awfully good in this match here. Perhaps he actually does have a chance, and a big boot to the chest of LA Knight. And Miz has been very much hanging in this one. Do not count out the Miz. And uh-oh. The weight being shifted by LA Knight for that suplex attempt, and LA Knight taking out the back of the knee of the Miz. Now what is this? You gotta be kidding me with that. I don't even know what the hell you call that. He just tossed Miz backwards. I think I've seen LA Knight pull off a move like that only one other time before, as he hits a uppercut in the corner there, and it's super effective. LA Knight uses uppercut, and it is super effective. And a clothesline in the corner. And LA Knight, yeah. Off the top rope with a body splash to put away the Miz, and no, kick out at 2. That was a rough kick out though. Right hand there by LA Knight. The Miz comes right back and plants LA Knight head first right into the mat with the DDT. And now the Miz hooks the leg to put away the Megastar. 2 count, no. LA Knight still very much in this thing. Now look at this. Woo! Looking for the figure 4 here. And he has it locked in. LA Knight might be in some trouble here. Oh, but look at this. LA Knight able to reverse the pressure on the Miz. Now a neck breaker takes down the A-lister. LA Knight finding his groove once again. And let everyone know whose game it is. LA Knight, yeah. As the Megastar elbow gets planted right into the heart of the A-lister. Now LA Knight looking to end things here. Perhaps looking for the vintage BFT. Plants the Miz in the middle of the ring. And LA Knight picks up a much needed victory. Continuing his momentum, heading into the Royal Rumble. I tell you what, the future could very much be very bright for that man right there. The man they call the Megastar, LA Knight. Yeah. That is fun. That is really fun to do. I like doing that. But nonetheless, LA Knight with a victory. Well, Logan Paul just continues to be a thorn in the side of Chase U. Of course, in 2 weeks, Andre Chase will be taking on Logan Paul to determine the fate of Chase U. But right now, it is time for our first triple threat match in this Intercontinental Championship Women's Tournament. And you know, I was just talking about Chase U. But you can't mention Chase U without mentioning this woman right here, because this woman made her name in Universe mode off of Chase U after betraying Thea Hale and the rest of Chase U back at Survivor Series. And then winning in a brutal street fight against Thea Hale, giving her an unpretty her on top of a ladder. And she finds herself in this triple threat match, and here comes Chase U's Thea Hale. Or as Andre Chase just said moments ago, Chase U's MVP. And to be honest, it's kind of hard to deny any of that considering the year that she has had up to this point. When Chase U was down and out, Thea Hale was the one that put the W in the win column for Chase U. And now she finds herself in a bit of a blood feud with Chelsea Green, who was standing on the outside there. Andre Chase giving Thea Hale a motivational speech just moments ago. And you can tell that it had its effect on her, because she is coming out here like a ball of fire. And making her return from winning at Survivor Series, the EST, Bianca Belair, coming off of a shoulder injury. I had a chance to speak with Bianca about her injury, and she said while it's not at a full 100%, by no means is that going to stop her from becoming the EST of the SmackDown Intercontinental Championship Women's Division. That was a lot of words I just said. But regardless, Bianca Belair looking to make the quickest recovery from injury. And she's about to put that shoulder to some good use here. This is a very exciting moment here. And look at this, a motivated Thea Hale immediately goes after Bianca Belair, who by all means is the biggest threat in this match. Goes after Chelsea Green, but Chelsea Green ends up getting busy with Bianca Belair. And look at this, doing squats with a grown-ass woman on her shoulder. Would you say her shoulder is doing just fine? Because it certainly seems like it to me. And oh my god, what a combination there. And oh my god, Thea Hale getting dropped by a big boot from Chelsea Green. And this has been chaotic from the start. Now Belair, off the ropes, takes down Thea Hale. And oh yeah, we are in for a good one here, folks. This has been chaos since the very beginning in a flapjack, a modified flapjack from Bianca Belair, who gets taken out by Thea Hale. And the cover here, and Chelsea Green instantly breaks it up. You got a flapjack, you got a flopjack. Everyone's got a jack at some point. But meanwhile, Chelsea Green in control. Bianca Belair hits a leg drop on the canvas for some reason. Now Chelsea Green turns her full undivided attention to Thea Hale and a stomp right to the midsection, and the disrespect walking right over the young Thea Hale. And a flying axe hand off the top rope. Bianca Belair taking Chelsea Green to school. Now hangs up Thea Hale. Now Green, there are no disqualifications in this match. Green coming into the match, or my mistake, coming into the ring with a kendo stick and immediately paying the price for it. Bianca Belair laying her out. Ten punches right in the corner. Chelsea Green getting 10 fists of fury across her forehead. Meanwhile, Thea Hale trying to take off Belair's head there. But oh, look at that. Thea Hale off the top rope, takes out Chelsea Green with a moonsault. That was extremely impressive. And look at Thea Hale go. Taking out both Belair and Green. But oh, Chelsea Green putting a stop to that. Can you imagine how unbelievably insufferable Chelsea Green would be if she was to win here tonight? She's already insufferable as it is. This woman said, nothing but net, just like Tom Brady. The woman is insufferable. But can you imagine if she had the Women's Intercontinental Championship around her waist? It'd be a nightmare. But you know that's what she wants. You know that's exactly what she wants. You know who doesn't want that, though? Thea Hale, as she drives her down with a Michinoku driver. Meanwhile, Bianca Belair lifts Thea Hale up for a glam slam, well, a modified glam slam there. And a cover here to put away Thea Hale to advance. No. Thea Hale staying in this one. You saw Thea Hale backstage. She was ready to run through a wall after that speech that Andre Chase gave her before he got laid out by that puke Logan Paul. And look at this. Meanwhile, on the outside, let us not forget the history between these two, Thea Hale and Chelsea Green. These two women absolutely despise each other. And right now, Chelsea Green laying out and talking mad trash to Thea Hale as Bianca Belair comes flying through the second rope. Belair just trying to restore some order here. Now Belair boiling it down to a one-on-one with Miss Green. Now, uh-oh, look at this. EST. The cover here to put away Chelsea Green and Thea Hale at the last possible second. Breaking up that pinfall and what was a sure to be win for the EST. Now, Bianca Belair has Thea Hale up for what looked like a powerbomb there, but Hale able to escape. And now look at that arm drag. She mastered that arm drag from Chelsea Green. And Chelsea Green looked almost disgusted on the outside to see Thea Hale hit that move. And a Rough Rider by Chelsea Green to perhaps put this one away, to put away Thea Hale. How injustice would that be? As Bianca Belair breaks things up. It'd be poetic justice in the eyes of Chelsea Green, but wait a second. Unpretty her to Bianca Belair. Oh my God, are we actually going to see it? Chelsea Green to advance. No. Oh my God. Chelsea Green is beyond frustrated. That was almost it. Belair kicking out at the last millisecond. That's about as close of a fall as you're going to get. And Belair eats an elbow from both Thea Hale and Chelsea Green, momentarily working together once again. You gotta wonder, how is the shoulder of Bianca Belair? And look at that nice takedown there by Thea Hale. Now looking to put her in this arm bar. But Belair breaking things up. And a spinning neck breaker to Belair from Thea Hale. Will we witness the upset of the century? To put away Belair? No. So close. That's twice now that Belair has kicked out of the last nanosecond. And a chop block there by Chelsea Green, who continues to wail away at Thea Hale with a steel chair. And a cover here. Belair on the outside. And oh, just barely. Thea Hale still in this one. How many close calls are we going to have in this match? That's at least the third one. Belair off the ropes and an arm drag. Takes out Belair, and oh, look at this. Thea Hale finally getting her revenge. Takes out both Chelsea Green and Belair. And uh-oh, look at this. Belair in trouble. That's the bad shoulder The bad shoulder being locked in this armbar here by Thea Hale. And Belair might be in some trouble. But Chelsea Green took out the referee at the last possible second. So even if Belair had tapped, it wouldn't have even mattered. And unprettier to Thea Hale. Chelsea Green has seen enough. Wailing away on both Thea Hale and Bianca Belair with that steel chair. No, wait a second. Thea Hale creates some separation. An arm drag there to Chelsea Green. But Belair back into things. Puts her up on her shoulder. And slams down Thea Hale. Bianca Belair with a clothesline taking down the EST. This has been, what a match we are witnessing right now. Belair whips into the corner. And Green meets an elbow right across the jaw. And another Rough Rider. This time to Bianca Belair. But Green is not done. She knows Belair still got some in the tank. Wailing away on her with a kendo stick. But Thea Hale looking to reap the sows here. And no. Thea Hale trying to pick her spot there, and it did not work out. Oh, Chelsea Green looking for an unpretty her. Gets laid out by Thea Hale, and now look at this. Thea Hale once again going after the bad shoulder. Has Bianca Belair in the center of the ring with nowhere else to go. Belair is in agony, and oh my god, are you kidding me? Belair just tapped. Thea Hale, with the upset of a century, has just advanced to the finals of the Intercontinental Championship Tournament. Are you kidding me? The finals for the Intercontinental Championship have just gotten very, very interesting. Well, in case if you didn't hear, the Royal Rumble is 2 nights this year. And to start things off, night 1, we got ourselves the 30-woman Royal Rumble match, and that is certainly going to be an instant classic. And just made official tonight, it will be John Cena taking on Drew McIntyre for the World Heavyweight Championship. And that's not all. We get to night 2. It'll be Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief, taking on main event Jey Uso for the WWE Championship. And that's not all, because of course we have ourselves the 30-man men's Royal Rumble match. But that's in 2 weeks' time. Let's talk about next week, because next week we have ourselves our second triple threat match to determine who will go on to face Thea Hale for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Will it be Roxanne Perez, Candice LeRae, or Shotzi? And then of course representing Chase U, we have Nathan Frazier taking on Bronson Reed in a grudge match next week. And that is not all. As for the Intercontinental Championship, Rey Mysterio will be taking on L.A. Knight. Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, your eyes do not deceive you. That is the indie legend himself, Kenny Omega. We saw Kenny Omega make his WWE debut at Clash at the Castle when he laid out Rey Mysterio and revealed himself to be the ringleader of the Dissension. And now, tonight, in our main event, Kenny Omega and Damian Priest will take on Los Garza for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Of course, Finn Balor and Damian Priest won this opportunity last episode of SmackDown. Triple threat tag team action. They beat them all. And now, the ringleader stepping in for Finn Balor. Los Garza representing La Familia here tonight. We saw Bayley pick up a victory over Shayna Baszler to start off the show. Can Los Garza bring home the sweep for La Familia and retain the SmackDown World Tag Team Championships? You gotta think with Bayley's victory tonight, the momentum has to be on the side of Los Garza. But crazier things have happened before. And of course, that is what it is all for right there. SmackDown World Tag Team Championships on the line. We got a packed house here in San Diego, California. Hometown of the new Intercontinental Champion, Rey Mysterio. But unfortunately, this is not about Rey Mysterio right now. And you have to think, if the Dissension was to walk away with this match, if they were to walk away from this match with Tag Team Gold, they are one step closer to achieving their goal, which I imagine is to take over SmackDown. Los Garza, they have held the tag team titles with an iron fist, beating the Street Profits way back when, right as La Familia was just beginning. And my, how that feels like it was such a long time ago. And here we go, match underway. Tag team titles on the line here. Kenny Omega will start things off with Berto, who wastes little time taking it to Omega early on with a dropkick right across the temple. And Omega getting sent right into the corner. How surreal is this? Seeing Kenny Omega in a WWE ring, tagging in Damian Priest, the Punisher, boxing the ears of Berto. And right now, Damian Priest in firm control tosses Berto across the ring. I tell you what, ever since Damian Priest has burst onto the scene, he has been a problem. He has been laying people out left and right. He laid out Kevin Owens. We haven't seen him since. And now, oh my God. I don't even know what you would call that combination there, but whatever it was effective. As Berto tosses Priest into the turnbuckle here. Now tag in comes Garza, who takes out Damian Priest with the dropkick. Now Priest trying to make the tag to Kenny Omega, but Angel putting a stop to that one. And now look at Angel off the top rope. Takes out Damian Priest, who is on spaghetti legs right now. But Priest with a stiff elbow right to the face of Garza and is taken out with a sidewalk slam. Angel and Berto have had a death grip on the tag team titles. They've defended it against the likes of the Street Profits and Alpha Academy. And now the Dissension. Sorry, I stuttered on that one. As Kenny Omega gets himself back into this match here. An open hand chop across the chest of Angel. As now Angel gets sent for a ride, but holds on to the top rope. Oh, but look at Omega here. Omega plants Angel on the apron, the hardest part of the ring. Angel trying to get back into this one here. Realizing just how big the stakes are in this one. As Angel, look out, takes out Kenny Omega. With an impressive twisting arm drag there off the top rope. Right now, Angel's got Omega on the ropes. And he is taking it. He is taking it to him right now. Now Garza kicks up and oh man, just a kick right across the face. Takes out Kenny Omega. Referee had a count of 8. As Angel gets back into the ring. Of course, the referee, Charles Robinson. One of the GOATs. And a cover here by Angel and a kick out of 2. Still very early on in this match. Kenny Omega putting on 6-star classics with Okada in New Japan. Tag, in comes Damian Priest, who meets Berto with a super kick. And if you're going to have someone at your side, you're going to want someone like Damian Priest, who, as I said before, has proven to be a problem for people in the past, but not for Berto at the moment. Impressive strength being put on display by Berto, and a kick out by Damian Priest. And Berto missing with that moonsault. And all just clobbering Berto in the back of the head with that forearm. Does Damian Priest. And now look out, an elbow right into the corner. Now Priest and firm control, which is something you don't want if you're Los Garza. This is an effective tag team right here. You have the Punisher and Damian Priest, and then you can have someone like Kenny Omega reap the benefits of having a tag partner like Damian Priest. Now Berto desperately needs to get out of this match. And he does. He gets the hot tag to Angel, who is the fresher of the two. But Omega immediately puts a stop to that one. And oh, he holds it with the bridge to put away Angel for the tag titles. No, and a kick out at 1. A brief altercation there between Berto and Omega. Look at this, Omega. Angel through the legs of Omega and hits him with a Hurricane Rana. That was a thing of beauty. The Dissension might be in some trouble here early into this match. Well, I guess I shouldn't say early. We're in the deep waters now. As Omega off the ropes and a double shoulder tackle from Los Garza. A strange interaction with Charles Robinson there. And the moonsault connects. Berto was trying to hit that earlier but couldn't get it. And now Berto up to the top rope. What a splash to Kenny Omega. And a cover here to put away the Dissension to go 0 for 2 and no. How embarrassing would that be? Kenny Omega makes his WWE debut here tonight on SmackDown. Only for his faction to go 0-2. How embarrassing would that be? Now Omega has Berto in the corner right in front of Angel. And Omega looks exhausted. But he is taking it. It's Berto right now. Now look at this. Oh, super kick. Collects flush, and he's not done. With a bridging German suplex to end things off and a kick out at 2. Now Berto kicks right back up. Sends Omega into the corner. Now tagging comes Angel. Now what the hell is this? Oh my god. Oh, it's not done here. Pushing Berto into the moonsault. What a sequence of events there. Tag team chemistry that just cannot be unmatched. When you have guys like Berto and Angel is going off right now. They're doing everything in their power to hold on to these titles. But Kenny Omega gets the tag to Damian Priest, and that is not what you want right now. The Damian Priest with a South of Heaven chokeslam. Right in the center of the ring, and out goes Berto. And now tagging in does Kenny Omega. Looking to reap the benefits, and a bicycle knee strike right across the jaw. And do we have new tag team champions? And no. Berto able to get in there at the last possible second to break that up. Garza got sent right into the turnbuckle there. And now Berto getting knocked off the apron. And Garza might be in some serious trouble here. And now Omega going up top, thinking superplex perhaps. And he gets all of it. Oh my god, top rope Falcon arrow. Holy hell, is that enough to put away Angel Garza? And it is. We have new World Tag Team Champions. Kenny Omega makes his WWE debut and instantly becomes a champion. The Dissension now has gold. What does this mean for the rest of SmackDown? Thank you so much for joining me on the first episode of SmackDown on the road to the Royal Rumble. Because we are just getting started on the road to WrestleMania.